Hello and welcome. This is a rainy day here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I wanted to welcome you to the live show for Master Real Estate Academy. So today I was reading, actually yesterday, I finished a program called 75 Hard. And I've been reading the book, actually been reading several books because that is one of the actual one of the requirements on a daily basis. You had actually 5 key activities that you had to do. Number 1 is you had to drink a gallon of water a day, right? Number 2 is that you had to, what was number 2? I can't even remember. Number 2 is you had to have 2 workouts a day. So 2 workouts, each of them had to be 45 minutes. One had to be outside no matter what the weather is. Now I'm recording this on March 22nd. So if you live here in the Midwest, you know that it's been very cold in January and February. So there was actually days that I was out walking when it was, I don't know, 30 below zero and it was blizzard conditions, whatever. But and then the other workout could be in the gym or also could be outside. But the requirement was that one of the workouts had to be outside. Another requirement was you had to follow a diet. You had to, what was another one? You had no cheat meals, no alcohol could be drank. And you had to read 10 pages out of a self-help book, non-fictional book. But so I got through quite a few books. Got through some workouts, lost some weight, feel a lot better. But the thing that I think mostly of what came from the program for me, and I'm actually starting phase 1 today, so it doesn't end. There's actually 3 phases after 75 days hard. But it created basically cultivating mental toughness. And so I wanted to talk about what that meant to me in real estate. And so, there's a couple of things that I do here at Master Real Estate Academy. And one is obviously as I coach real estate agents on an array of topics, from marketing to prospecting to, just mindset and all of that type of stuff. But I teach an 8-week online training program, which in retrospect of looking at it, it actually does, if an agent does commit to the 8 weeks, and if an agent does commit to the requirements, which the requirements are, ultimately you have 3 strikes and you're out of the program. So there's 2 phases to the 8-week program. One phase is that you are going to learn skills. So you're going to learn exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it, who to say it to, and when to say it. You're also going to learn marketing skills. You're going to learn prospecting skills, and you're going to learn listing skills. So just skills on being able to what to say when you go on a listing appointment, what to say on how to schedule the appointment, what to say when you're talking to your database, getting introductions, getting referrals, all of that type of stuff, right? I don't even consider that the best component of the program, although that is the reason why most people sign up. The other thing is, the other component to the program is what I would call cultivating the mental toughness in real estate, and that is the homework assignments that come each week. So for an example, if you sign up for the program, the thing that you are agreeing to, number 1, is that you're going to create a weekly plan. Most real estate agents don't do this. They think they do it, but if you really look at their schedule before they take the 8-week production program, is what I call the program itself, but they're not really creating a weekly plan. I mean, it's more of a journal. Most real estate agents, when they get into this business, even though they got into the business to be their own boss, most of them, they would not hire themselves if they really looked at it. But, when you're creating your best week, okay, you're basically looking at 3 categories, sometimes 4, but most definitely 3 categories. You're looking at your business, what you're going to do to create a business worth having. You're going to put things into your schedule that are your personal things. For me, that means health. And then there's going to be family. If you have a spouse, if you're married, you got a significant other, if you've got kids, then obviously within your weekly plan, you're going to have those things blocked out. So we call it time blocking. And so when I look at this and I say, okay, so when I sit down and I say, what's the first thing that you need to do? Number one is you're going to need to be able to, you should schedule in 30 minutes to essentially block to schedule your time, right? To look at your schedule. And then I think ultimately to have again, it all depends on where you're at with your real estate business on how this is going to work. Okay. But typically the real estate agents that take the 8-week program, and most real estate agents out there that would be watching this video, are real estate agents that really need help in their business. So, and they're a one-man show or one-woman show. Okay. So obviously number one is you got to create a plan. And in that plan, you're going to put, for business, you're going to put in 5 appointment blocks. Okay. Now it could be 6. Okay. Again, this all depends on where you're at in your business. For me personally, if you're brand new in the real estate business, or if you're not on appointments right now, if you're not going on working with sellers, if you're not working with buyers, then essentially everything you do is going to be an appointment block, right? I mean, everything in your schedule is going to be trying to get on an appointment. And the next thing is that you need to have either 3 90-minute prospecting blocks, or 5 1-hour prospecting blocks. Or like I said, if you're not going on any listing appointments, if you're not working with any buyers right now, then the only thing that should be in your schedule is prospecting blocks. Okay. And we call that call until you get one, right? So who do you call? You call your database, you call for sale by owners, you call expireds, you call homeowners, people who own homes, you call your neighbors, you call people at your job if you currently have a job, you call anybody, right? And you're going to go with some scripts and stuff like that when you're calling people, but that's not what we're going to handle today. So, so the first thing is, creating a weekly plan. The next thing is you're going to need to put in appointment blocks. Okay. And this is when you are actually when you're in your prospecting blocks and you're making phone calls. The idea is to try to schedule appointments, right? Whether it's scheduling a coffee with a buyer that a first-time home buyer or somebody who needs to purchase a home, or even more importantly, scheduling an appointment with somebody who owns a home that wants to sell a home, which would be a listing appointment, and you're going to go over to the house, right? So you need to have those appointment blocks in there just to be able to give them an alternative of choice, right? The other thing that needs to be in your plan, your weekly plan, is you need to have some, I call it attitude of gratitude, okay? And the best way that you do this is thanking people. So if you talk to somebody on the phone, then you just use one of these. You fill out an envelope, and I don't have any in front of me here right now. I guess I do. I have one, right? And you send out something like this, right? It's just a handwritten note card that is thanking them for taking the time to talk with you on the phone. If you haven't talked to somebody on the phone, then you look at somebody within your database and your family or whatever, but you're just doing that 5 days a week. And my suggestion is to do 3 a day. So 15 a week. And that's in the program. The 8-week program is that you have to do 15 note cards a week. So the idea is that if you are prospecting and you're making phone calls and you're talking to people, then you're also then going to be able to send plenty of note cards. I mean, if you do an hour or 90 minutes of prospecting in a day, you're going to have plenty of contacts with people to be able to send out note cards. And if you don't, then just pick somebody that has done something significant in your life and send them a handwritten note card, because there's nothing better than to receive one of these note cards in the mail. The next thing that you need to have is in your schedule is that you need to be attending appointments. You need to be getting face to face with people. Now, in our day and age right now, on Zoom is a great way to get in front of somebody, or a coffee appointment, or a lunch appointment. Now, me personally, I try to stick away from lunch appointments. One is they're more expensive than a coffee appointment. And two, if you're eating food, it's hard to have a discussion, right? And there's a way that I teach in the program of how to go on the ultimate coffee appointment or the ultimate lunch appointment. You're trying to accomplish two things when you do this. One is you're trying to go deeper into the relationship. So you're getting to know what's going on with them, how their life is going. They're obviously going to ask about yours. You want to keep the attention on them though. And then the other thing is you're going to make it that it was worth their while to get together with you. And that is, if they own a home, you want to do a current market analysis on their house, just a rough one, and just kind of give them the idea of value. And then the other thing you want to walk away from that appointment with is you want to solidify the fact that they're willing to. You always want to ask the magic question, right? And the magic question is, if you knew somebody who was thinking about buying or selling real estate, would you feel comfortable in introducing me to the people that you care about? So at the end of the day, if they're not willing to do that, there's no point in them being in your database. The other thing that you should be doing is you should be constantly updating your database. Updating in the fact of adding new people. And when you add somebody, you need to have, all the information, which is a name, a phone number, an email address, a mailing address, when their birthday is, and that you've connected with them on social media, if they're on a Facebook platform, or if you do Instagram, whatever it is. I mean, I use Facebook, so I make sure that I'm connected with them on Facebook. So the idea of this is that then you can then market to them, and marketing to them is getting to be top of mindness, right? So marketing is mailing, calling, seeing, emailing, social media, all of those types of things. So, and then the other thing, we got two more things. One is, and again, remember that we're talking about cultivating a mental toughness in real estate. And if you're doing these things religiously on a daily and weekly basis, this is going to help with your mental toughness in real estate. Because a lot of times, if one of the quote that I alluded to earlier, I don't think I read it, but I'm going to read it to you. And it was out of the book 75 Hard. And actually it was from James Lawrence, who's lovingly called the Iron Cowboy, who actually did 50 Ironmans in 50 days in 50 different states. Now, how that is even possible, I don't know, but he did it. And I think he's maybe the only one that has done it. But the quote that he had is, the number one key to cultivating mental toughness is to intentionally put yourself in places that are uncomfortable. Let me say that again. The number one key to cultivating mental toughness is to intentionally put yourself in places that are uncomfortable. So when you're making a schedule, just the mere fact of sitting down and having to commit to certain things in your business, in your personal life, and in your family life, that does take you out of your comfort zone. And then obviously appointments, going on appointments, it will take you out of your comfort zone. Making cold calls, calling FSBOs, calling your database and asking for help, that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. Just scheduling time and then actually doing it is going to take you out of your comfort zone. Doing 3 note cards and writing out 3 note cards is going to take you out of your comfort zone. Attending 2 appointments per week. Again, if it's a FSBO, out of comfort zone. Trying to schedule getting on Zoom might be getting out of your comfort zone. Going to a coffee appointment in the climate that we have right now, and getting face to face with somebody may be taking you out of your comfort zone. And then obviously always constantly updating your database definitely will take you out of your comfort zone. And then number 7 thing that I want to talk about is the top 5 things, right? So every day that you wake up, you're going to look at 5 things. It could be 3, but never more than 5 things that you want to accomplish for the day. No matter what, if you got these, you're going to always have a list of things to get accomplished. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a mile long. You're going to have tons of things personally, You're going to have a ton of things, family, and then also for your business. So you want to write out what's the top 5 things. So today, if it's Monday, let's say, and you need to plan your week, okay, and you haven't done that yet, you need to get that out of the way. If you need to go do a workout, that is something that's on your personal goals to lose weight, get healthier, eat healthier, those types of things, that's going to be on your week. If you need to schedule an appointment with somebody, attend an appointment, that's going to be on your top 5 things. So what are the 5 things that are going to drive you into accomplishing what you want to accomplish in your personal, family, and business, but also you could also add spiritual as well, right? Those are the 4 top things. And then the next thing is track your results. So for the most part, in order to move forward and know that you are accomplishing the things you want to accomplish, whatever you end up doing, prospecting, going on appointments, that type of stuff, you're then going to get results, right? So if you are prospecting, how many hours did you prospect that week? And from that prospecting, did you generate any leads? And the leads that you did generate, were you able to get on appointments, whether it's a listing or a coffee appointment with a buyer? And if you did go on an appointment with a buyer, did they sign up with you, meaning that they said that they wanted to use you? If it was a listing appointment, did you actually get the listing, or did you advance it to the next, because, a lot of times listing appointments are just consults and then they turn into listing appointments. And then you're going to be tracking these numbers weekly so that way you know if you are on track to hit the goals that you have set for yourself. So, the other thing that that I wanted to say here, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Currently, right now, I got 3 people, and I appreciate you guys being on here. This will be rebroadcasted as well. But if you happen to be earning less than you wish you were, and you are open to the idea of receiving some help, and you would like to learn more, you can always call me or text me anytime directly at 402-680-7000, and I would love to help you in any way that I can. And that is all that I have for today. If you have any questions about what we had talked about in this video, down below, you should be able, or on the side, I don't know where you're at when you're watching this, but you're able to ask any questions. I will personally respond back to you. And again, thank you very much for tuning in, and make it a great afternoon or evening or day whenever you're watching this video. We'll talk to you soon.